In the second chapter of Acts we read, "Then Peter stepped forward with the 11 other apostles and shouted to the crowd, 'Listen carefully, all of you, fellow Jews and residents of Jerusalem. Make no mistake about this.' Peter then went on to preach the gospel to the crowds. Those who believed what Peter said were baptized and added to the church that day, about 3,000 in all." Later on it says, "And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved." These verses tell us that the believers didn't just meet together, they went out together too. The tidal motion of discipleship was there. Here we see Peter, supported by the other 11 disciples, publicly proclaiming the gospel to the crowds. And at the end of his message, the Bible records about 3,000 being saved and baptized. Now, would 3,000 people have been added to the church that day if Peter had preached the gospel to the already converted inside the upper room? Would he have had the same result if he preached milk to his fellow believers? Of course not. He went out to the crowds and preached to those who hadn't heard it yet. And because they went out like this, new people were being added to the church every single day. And every single day the church was living as a city on a hill for all the world to see. Notice also from these verses that the new believers were baptized and added to the church straight away. No membership courses, no baptismal classes, no sitting down in an office with elders and being cross-examined to gauge your suitability, no booklets to read, questionnaires to fill out, or contracts to sign, no dress code requirements or denominational oaths of allegiance, no institutional hoops to jump through, no churchianity. As soon as anyone made a confession of faith, they were instantly considered to be part of the church and were submerged underwater as a sign that their new birth was complete. We see this graphically when Philip meets the Ethiopian eunuch. After hearing the gospel, the eunuch immediately wants to be baptized. The Bible records it like this. "As they rode along, they came to some water, and the eunuch said, 'Look, there's some water. Why can't I be baptized?' He ordered the carriage to stop, and they went down into the water, and Philip baptized him." The Ethiopian wanted to be baptized, so they found the nearest body of water, and they did it immediately. There should be no waiting around for special once-a-month baptism services, no courses to go through beforehand. If someone wants to become a Christian and be baptized, then on the basis of their confession of faith, they should find some water and get it done as soon as possible. And as a priesthood of all believers, there is no need to rely on professional clergy or an institution to make it official. We are all empowered to make converts and to baptize in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.